Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm coming to you from Southern California. Today we're going to have so much fun. We're doing a little bit old and a little bit new. So you can see right off the bat that the new is the Magnolia Mood bundle. And the old, there are several things I'm using that are retiring. I just thought it would be fun to use a few things that are retiring, but I couldn't resist using the Magnolia Mood dies here. So, okay, what's retiring? Well, my favorite embossing folder called Painted Texture is retiring. The Countrycorners dies and bundle, retiring. Go To Greetings, that's a real tearjerker, retiring. And then the Rock and Roll DSP. That's not heartbreaking for me, but it is black and white, and I love black and white. And I save all my black and white. I don't care how old it is. I never get rid of it because, anyway. So you might have some black and white that you can use if you don't happen to have rock and roll. It is on the retiring list, and I didn't think to look to see if it's for sale. So quickly, let me just show you. Oh, and then here's another print out of the rock and roll. So, two different prints. So let me just show you the rest of the paper in case you're interested. If you have some musicians, some guitarists in your household, you might want it. Okay, so this is one sheet. I think I used a little bit of that for something. I don't know what. And then there's the guitars, that print. And then there's the turntables, cassette tapes, boombox. Hello, I lived through all that, 78s and 33s, right, for your turntable. And then, that looks kind of like outer space to me. This is pretty. And then the back of it looks like Spider-Man. Can you see that? Okay, so anyway, there's some interesting black and whites in there. But these are the only two prints that I've used. Okay, and I'll just show you what this one looks like when you're looking. That's what's left of the full sheet. And this one looks like this. You can just see it a little bit better. Okay. All right, so first thing we're going to do is get our white cardstock and we're going to score it. Oh, this is already scored. This is already scored. All right. Then never mind. All right, so I just take my bone folder. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take my painted texture. And I just want the front. So I'm just going to stick it in just like that. Then I'm going to go run it through my machine. And when it comes out, it's going to look like this. The reason it's my favorite is because it gives a lot of interest, but it doesn't steal the show. So, I don't know, I guess I'll get over it somehow, but I just do love this paper. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is do the corners, because when you have the corners matching the inside, I just think it's really so pretty. Here's one that I did earlier and just did a lot of layers. But I just think it's really cool to have the corners matching the dies. Okay, so I've put these two together. Let me show you. So there's 7 of them. Okay, so I've just taped the two together and I'm not gonna take these apart because it's hard. The first time I made, not this card, but one like it that I'm also gonna show you, I used some new paper with the second one. Woohoo! I took it apart to do what I'm getting ready to show you, and then I could never get it right again to the same exact place. So I'm not going to undo it. So what you do is you just grab my scissors. Okay, and we're just going to cut. Then we're going to move it. This is just a surefire way because you don't want to just start cutting and hoping that your corners are going to look good. It's just pretty much impossible to do that. Okay, last one coming up. All right, good job. Throw that trash away. Okay, so now we have a card that's ready for these beautiful borders. So I'm just gonna leave one of them out. This is the one I'm actually gonna do. All right, so with this in mind, first thing we're gonna do is take that piece of designer paper and we're gonna run it through the machine. And when it comes out, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be in three, so we run it through. Now it's gonna be in three pieces. So we've got this piece, we've got the border, and we've got this piece. This piece we're just gonna throw away because there's nothing I'm gonna do with it. Okay, this piece, I'm gonna surprise you with what I do. I'm gonna open this up and put some adhesive on it. Oops. And again, I always apologize, I'm using Dotto. This is something that Stampin' Up! used to sell. I can just, because I keep changing my mind. In fact, the first time I made this card, changed my mind so many times. So with the Dotto, I can just keep taking it apart. Okay, that does not quite look straight. Okay, is that getting any better? Up a little bit. It's a little bit fiddly, isn't it? Okay, isn't that, well, I still didn't get that on there. Okay, hello. All right, one more try. See if I can get it a little bit more even. Let's see. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so isn't that gonna be a fun surprise? You open it up, hello, you've got this pretty little space to write in. Okay, oh, you know what? I wasn't gonna do that. Okay, so now I have to guess where this goes. I was gonna save that border. Oh, I know what, I can use the black one. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Dotto on my center piece. And I like to have something to help me line it up. So I'm gonna put this where I want it. This is probably easier than the DSP anyway. Okay, then I'm just gonna put this right in there, like that. You would think you could just eyeball it and go, oh, there it goes. But when I tried that with the first one I made, it really ended up looking terrible. Okay, so now, and originally I did try this using the border out of this same paper, and it was just blah. And I thought, well, that's not gonna work. So this, by the way, oh, I forgot to tell you, when I run this through, okay, let me see if I can get that matched up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, you end up with this in the center, and I'm not gonna use this. So trust me, I'm gonna save this because at some point I will use this for something. So I'm definitely not throwing that away. And I wanted 2 of these because I want it raised up just a tiny little bit to give it a little bit more depth and interest. So now we'll put this on. It's just so fun. I haven't sent one of these yet, so to decide who I'm gonna send one to. Okay, so now get this lined up. And you can see there's just a little bit of depth to it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's very, very interesting. Okay, then I guess we can put this away. And I'm gonna pull out this flower. Now, again, well, let me get it out of here first. Okay, when you run this through, okay, there's a little bit of mess left in there. What you always want to do, where's my wax paper? If you didn't see my previous video, you always want to take a piece of wax paper and run it just like this. Rub it all over the die when they're little and so detailed like this, because it puts just enough wax on there that it will come out much more easily. Okay, let me grab that. Okay, so for this card, I'm using this die, and then I'm using this die. And I'll show you in just a minute what I'm gonna do with that. Okay, so think there's a little bit of stuff left in here that I want to get out. Right there. Come on. And okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, we're good to go. I don't think Stampin' Up! Sells this anymore, but if you see one somewhere, pick it up because it's really helpful when it comes to this kind of thing. It can save you a lot of frustration. Okay, so now I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of our Magnolia. And this, by the way, is the bundle, and it is available. It is not retiring. It's online, so you're not going to see it in a catalog. But boy, is it making a statement. There's so many people using this. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to position that, but before I do, I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper. I often just save scrap paper for times when I just have a little greeting. Now this little greeting is from, whoops, don't like that. I think I'll do it this way. Is there room? This way. There we go. Go to greetings. And if you don't have that one, it is disappearing. And it is really a great set to have. So I'm going to cut it out with stylish shapes, which is not going away, thank heavens. It just fits that just a note perfectly. So I'm just going to put that over there, go cut it out, and then when I cut it out, it's going to look just like this. Isn't that just perfect? Okay, I'm going to put some adhesive on it and then kind of decide where I want all of this. Okay, I think that's good. Then, I didn't think about this, but I saw somebody on a video take this little flower, just kind of bend it up and put it right on top. I went, oh my word, that is brilliant. And I'm going to put it on with glue dots. Let's see, which side are you on? There we go. Okay. And so I'm going to put down a couple of glue dots. And I'm going to even put another one up here. Let's see if that's going to be enough. It never dawned on me that that could be the center of the flower. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Come on. Doesn't that add such depth and dimension to it? I can see my little glue dot peeking out. I don't like that. Okay, then I'm going to use some black matte dots. I'm not sure this is the packaging that they come in now, but they are in the catalog. Black matte dots. And I'm just going to put 3 of them in the center. Oops, come back here, buddy. Guess I can just put that like that. Okay, so black matte dots. Come on, isn't that just beautiful? And then when you open it up, la la, got that to write in. I would absolutely love to get this card. Okay, so that's made out of the rock and roll paper. So if you have your own black and white paper, I think there are a lot of different black and whites that could go behind that. Okay, now I want to show you the first one I made. And I used the Thoughtful Journey DSP. It's one of the new prints. There are 4 prints in there that have the petunia pop in it. Wow, of course, those are my favorite ones. But this is the one, oh, let me get that. This back out again. Okay, so as you can see, I just took my Countryside corners and cut out that scene. And then with what was left over here, I cut it down a little bit and put it inside. So we're not going to be writing a book here, just a little note. Okay, so that's how I got the scene. And then, oops, okay, this was my first one. So I was struggling with figuring out how to do it. I didn't want to use up so much of my boho blue cardstock for the layers. And so I decided to just cut out white. Even I used the cardboard from the back of the big DSP packages. So I cut out 3. And then I thought, oh, I'm just going to color them with my blue Stampin' Blend, and then it'll just be fine. Well, I did that, but it isn't fine. I don't love it. I would never do that again. So And this time, instead of using a contrasting color, I just used exactly the frame that was cut out when I originally cut this out. So this little part right here, that's the part I left on the top. And then I decided I would try putting these on. These are Adhesive Vac Solid Gems. I don't see them in the new catalog. I did not look online to see if they were there. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of cute. And then the little hello, can you see it? It's from Go To Greetings, which I love. And I know it's not really dark, but in person you actually can see it, and maybe you can see it okay too. I cut it out with the perennial postage die. Just thought that was kind of cute. And then, oh, I already showed you inside. Okay, so there you go. I hope that if you don't have the Country Corners, you can get them. And if you have them, now you've got 2 new ideas of what you can do with them. And I am going to really miss them after the end of the month when they're gone. But I will look forward to using some new things. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to place an order, sandyhancock.stampinup.net. My email, sandystamper with no A @earthlink.net. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.